We're here in Indonesia, where off the coast rusts the wreckage of a U.S. ship.
Welcome to Bali, the island of the gods. There is so much to see and do here. A volcano that could legit erupt at any moment, rice terraces, scuba diving, food, frivolity, fun. There's no way on earth we can do it all in 24 hours. Is there? Well, just watch us try in this episode of Window Seat. So it was a last-minute addition. We were already in this part of the world, down in Bangkok, wanted to add another country to our collection, and had never been to Indonesia. So, with our friend Nick in tow, off we went to Bali. Just a couple of problems. We only had about 24 hours to spend here, and we wanted to visit a very specific place, Tulamben, way on the other side of the island from the airport, not far from the wreckage of the USS Liberty, a World War II ship sunk just a few yards off the coast in the Indian Ocean. Oh, and there was another problem. This volcano, Mount Agung, was belching and burping and threatening to erupt at any moment. The threat so real, our hotel was empty. Everyone else had the good sense to get out of there, but not us. We're getting a glimpse of this thing if it's the last thing we ever do, and it just might be. We knew the reward would be worth the risk. I mean, just look at this place. They call this place Island of the Gods because there's a temple or religious shrine on just about every corner. There are 20,000 of them on the island. No way we can get to all of them, but we made our way to the southern tip of the island to visit one of Bali's most iconic temples. I can't pronounce it, but this is what it's called. It's perched on a cliff overlooking the Indian Ocean. Offers not just spiritual solace, but also spectacular views. The temple's dedicated to the sea spirits, and its stunning architecture is a testament to Bali's rich cultural heritage. So it sits about 70 meters above the water, offering breathtaking views and a spectacular setting for spiritual practices. Established in the 11th century, it was later expanded by another influential priest and dedicated to the Hindu god of all elements and cosmic forces. The temple is home to a large population of gray, long-tailed macaques as well. While they're an attraction in themselves, visitors are advised to be cautious because these monkeys are known for their mischief, often snatching personal belongings. As with all Balinese temples, visitors are required to dress respectfully. Sarongs and sashes provided at the entrance for those who don't have appropriate attire. So be ready to wear a dress, dudes. Small price to pay, though. This place is amazing. All right, clock is ticking. We're off to the next stop, the sweeping landscapes of this town that I can't pronounce, home to the iconic Balinese rice terraces. You've seen countless pictures of these things, but they just don't do it justice. All right, I'll try it. Located in the village of Tegallalang, just a short drive north of Ubud, Bali's cultural heart, these terraces are renowned for their stunning photogenic landscapes and traditional Balinese irrigation system known as subak. It's a traditional Balinese irrigation system that dates all the way back to the 9th century. The system is a UNESCO-recognized method of water management. It's managed by local farmers. The terraces are carved into the hillside and designed to follow the natural contours of the landscape. This method maximizes water distribution and soil retention, making the most efficient use of the land for rice cultivation. The verdant green of the rice paddies is especially striking, especially during the growing season. The fields create a layered, cascading effect that's both peaceful and functional. Visitors can walk along the paths that wind through the terraces, offering numerous opportunities to take in the stunning views and capture photographs. The walk can be quite steep in places, so comfortable shoes obviously recommended. Along the paths, you'll encounter local farmers working in the fields and small stalls selling handmade crafts, local food, souvenirs. But the best souvenir you can take is a photo, so take a bunch of them. The best time to visit is early in the morning when the weather's cooler, the light is softer, the area is less crowded. Morning mist can add a magical quality to the landscape. We were there late in the day on a hot day, but hey, beggars can't be choosers. We had just 24 hours on this island. Time to get moving. All right, let's go diving, why don't we?
Just a few yards off the coast of the Bali Sea rusts the wreckage of the USS Liberty. It is a scuba diver and snorkeler's mecca these days.
I'm not much of a snorkel guy, but Sean and Nick donned the gear and dove right in while I manned the drone, getting some overhead shots of the wreckage of an iconic World War II ship with an amazing story. The USS Liberty was a United States Army cargo ship torpedoed by a Japanese submarine in 1942 while en route from Australia to the Philippines with a cargo of railway parts and rubber. The ship was beached on the shores of Tulamben, but in 1963, the eruption of Mount Agung caused the ship to slide off the beach and into the shallow waters where it now rests. The top of the wreckage is as shallow as 16 feet. The deepest part is around 98 feet, and that makes it accessible to divers of all levels, from beginners to advanced. The wreck is a haven for marine life, attracting a variety of species. In fact, divers can expect to see schools of barracuda, bumphead parrotfish, and all kinds of reef fish. The wreck's also encrusted with corals, sponges, and sea fans, creating a vibrant underwater ecosystem. It is one of the most popular dive sites in all of Bali. Several dive operators in Tulembem offer guided dives and equipment rentals. Many operators also provide certification courses, making it a great place for beginners to get certified. It is very cool, and if you have even a passing interest in snorkeling, you gotta make a stop here. Unfortunately, though, our stop is a short one because we have just 24 hours on the island, and remember, we are under the constant threat of this volcano, Mount Agung, blowing its top. The thing is just a few miles from the shipwreck, and again, when it exploded in the 60s, it caused the ship to slip in the ocean. We're hoping it does not do the same to us. But while we were here, tens of thousands of people actually evacuated this part of the island, and the governor issued the highest warning possible that she was about to blow. Some, like us, were stupid and actually kind of wanted to see it happen, but thankfully she held off until after we left. There were reports, though, of seismic activity even on the night we were there, and eventually some ash plumes and lava flows did show up. The Indonesian Center for Volcanology and Geological Hazard Mitigation, catchy name, closely monitors the mountain just in case. And the authorities have established exclusion zones around the volcano and regularly update the public on the volcano's status. But hey, what's a trip to paradise without a little excitement? Mount Agung is the highest point on the island of Bali, standing at nearly 10,000 feet. It is a stratovolcano and one of the most significant and sacred mountains in Balinese culture. Mount Agung plays a central role in the spiritual life of the island's inhabitants. It's a popular destination for trekkers and climbers. There are several routes to the summit. Many climbers start their ascent at night to reach the summit in time for sunrise. The panoramic views from the top are breathtaking. Vistas extending over Bali, and on clear days you can actually see neighboring islands like Lombok. The fertile volcanic soil around Mount Agung supports agriculture, local communities growing crops like rice, vegetables, and fruits. Volcanic ash from eruptions can initially damage crops, but eventually it makes the soil a lot richer. And it also enriched our experience. Imagine waking up and seeing this beauty like we did on the one morning we were on this fantastic island. But unfortunately, one morning is all we get. We're off, headed to our next adventure after having seen the highest of the highs, the lowest of the lows, the beauty and the breathtaking splendor of Bali. And let this video serve as a reminder that even if you have just 24 hours to visit somewhere, that is enough time to check it out. You won't regret it. Plus, if you're like us and you're trying to get to every country on the planet, you got to keep moving. All right, that's it for this episode of Window Seat. What do you think? Could you spend just 24 hours in a place like this? What was your Bali experience like if you've been there? Let us know in the comments below. We'd also love it if you liked and shared this video so we can share the adventure with others. And we'd really love it if you hit subscribe so you can follow the journey to all 195 countries. We are well on our way, hitting every country on the map. That's the goal. We're back with a brand new episode of Window Seat next Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern. In the meantime, please enjoy one of these other episodes from Window Seat.